Now, before we get into whole life, where I can bring about some nuggets and knowledge, let's just pivot a little bit and talk about accident policy. Often we hear about accident coverage as a rider in addition to the purchase of a whole life, a term life, or some type of life insurance. While that is great, I do always recommend to my clients, when consulting with them, if they can, to take out an accident policy outside of that. A couple of reasons why. Number one, when you do take out an accident policy as a rider, let's say hypothetically somewhere along the way you can no longer afford the policy, now you lose all coverage. So you're losing that coverage, accident, any riders that is attached to that policy, you lose the coverage for it because the premium is actually estimated and based on all of it. Number two, with accident policies, you can get a lot for a little, such as a term, but you don't have to go through the insurability formation, the same insurability formation as your term and your whole life. There's not a lot of medical questions that are being asked when taking out these policies. You can take out as much as $100,000, and depending on your age and everything, because I've written accident only policies for that amount, and where the client only had to pay like $10.15. They're definitely cheap. You definitely can take them out as a family plan. They do have some carriers that offer an accident policy where you can cover the entire family under that. But it is set up as to whatever the benefit allowed is. So you definitely have to just follow up with that carrier if you do look into purchasing an accident policy. Another reason I recommend that, because if you just do your numbers, do your homework, statistics shows that there are almost 5 deaths every 15 minutes somewhere in America. Accidents is one of those things that you cannot predict and you cannot control. So just think about that being a payout in addition to whichever policy that you have. And if you can't afford term nor whole life, it is a great way to still have some type of coverage for you and your family. These policy does cover accidents that may occur, train, ferry, taxis, buses, any public transportation. It'll cover you as a private passenger in someone else's automobile. It'll cover you as a pedestrian that gets hit. And any other type of fatal accident you have heard of or you do know of, you're covered. And as I stated, it's additional, and it pays out in addition to whatever coverage you have. Another great thing about accident policies is that even if you do have insurance with another carrier, you can still take out an accident policy with a different carrier. So they are great. They are definitely something to look into. Definitely if your job requires you to travel. So if you are a truck driver, you need an accident policy. If your job requires that you fly all the time, you need an accident policy. If you have to catch the bus every day, you need an accident policy. Why? Because these policies are great to have in addition to any type of other insurance that you may have, because accidents is just what it said. It's an accident. It's unpredictable. You can't control them. But do know with these policies, it provides the additional coverage that you may need for you and your family, and it really sets them up against any unexpected accident that may occur.